Welcome in, everybody. HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt, joined alongside, as always, by Mike Wallace. Mike, what's going on, baby?
Finals, off-season, vacation season, HBCU season never stops, man. So I'm looking forward to another great show.
Never stops, never stops. We got a lot of great stuff to get to. Kyra was kind enough, Mike, to hit us with her 6 favorite black movies of all time. So we'll run through her list. I'm sure it's going to be incredible. I'm sure it's going to be great. But we really want to start today off with a couple of special guests in studio. We have Kevin Whitted and De'Neia Whitted. They are on the Heal the Hood board of directors and board members over there. And Saturday, June 8th, 3 p.m. at Ridgeway, Heal the Hood is going to put on a tremendous celebrity sporting event. We got Lionel Hollins involved. We got friend of HBCU Huddle, Mike, Dustin Starr. He'll be in attendance. And we've got not one, but both mayors in attendance. They'll be a part of the celebrity game. Kevin and De'Neia, how are you guys doing today?
Amazing.
Doing good.
Can y'all tell us, for those of us who don't know, can y'all tell us a little bit about Heal the Hood and Heal the Hood Foundation?
Yeah, Heal the Hood Foundation was actually the brainchild of Liddell Beeman, and the organization is really set to heal the hood of all things, just not the hood, the street, but motherhood, fatherhood, parenthood. Any type of hood there is, we're there to put a fix to it. So we actually do arts and entertainment in the community. We have camps that we do. We're actually in our summer camp now. So the kids learn everything from boxing to music to video, film production. So it's an organization that is all about the community and the children, and it's a 365-day effort that we do.
And that summer camp, correct me if I'm wrong, that's a free camp?
It's a free camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a free camp.
All right,
Yes,
nice.
It's a free camp. Yes.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. Kevin, we talked to you last year on the Jessica Benson Show. So glad that you could come back with us. What does it mean for you to be a part of the Heal the Hood Foundation?
Oh, it's great because we can include, what we do from a business standpoint with basketball and player development. So it gives us a chance to bring our camp there and also, bring all the things that we do within our business, from a player development standpoint. We're also doing the charity game, which we're part of that as well. So all that's all inclusive with what we're doing from a foundational standpoint.
Obviously, anytime we have people who are doing remarkable things in our community here in Memphis, we want to get them on our show. We want to be a spotlight, to help them spotlight and bring spotlight to it. You guys are already doing a tremendous job to get both mayors,
Yes.
in one building.
Yes.
In a political season,
Yes.
both of them have a lot on their plate, so they obviously understand and respect what you guys have going on. But before we go any further, CJ, we did a great job introducing the couple here, but we have a social media specialist over here too. You can't just ignore it.
Yeah.
You said a couple. Hey, it's 3 people we invited into the studio here, so we got to give a shout out. Can tell us who you are again and your name? Yes.
You caught her off guard.
I
Mike.
know.
She's focused on doing the
I
social
know, but
side
she's
of
with
things.
us. She's part
All
of
right.
it. What's your name? Paige Whitted. Okay, so Paige Whitted is here,
Yeah.
and she's doing social
A
media.
true family affair. I
Yeah.
love that. That's
capturing,
great.
right? You got. Hey, listen.
That's
she doesn't
our
want to
little
be
baller.
Yes,
That's our little baller.
She doesn't want to be in front of the camera on this one, but she definitely has all of the things capturing social media behind too. I respect that because I can't do that. Right? So that's first and foremost. But I want to ask you both. Putting together the organization and running it the way you do. You said it's a 365-day venture. What inspired coming up with the programs that you are, and why was it necessary, and why is it a good fit for Memphis?
The inspiration, again, is through Liddell Beeman. He
Yes.
is the founder and the CEO and the executive director. It's something that was God sent, that placed on his heart. His thing is he believes in superheroes, and we have a superhero piece that we do. We just did a vending machine piece that we actually have books that are in elementary schools. Commissioner Sugarman, actually funded this. So we have these cool vending machines, and the kids get to put tokens in them, and they get superhero books. And the books were designed by one of our graphic designers, and it's a whole comic book about black superheroes. And Liddell's thing is that when you give a white person, he goes into a room, he puts on a Spider-Man costume, he comes out a superhero. When a black person does it, they're a thief and climb through a window. So he wanted to show the light of kids can be whatever you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do, and that you can look like us and be able to do that. And we wanted to go into the most impoverished areas and show kids that, hey, you are important, because he came from that area. So we're new to the board, and he brought us on as a superpower couple duo
Yes.
tag team thing. I'm the planner, he's all things basketball, and with that we're able to give our expertise and be able to reach out back to these children.
So I know that the celebrity game is at Ridgeway. Where's the camp?
Kirby.
Okay. Also, Kevin, a lot of people might not know that, you're a high level college basketball player. You played ball 3 years at Tennessee. Your last year, I think you averaged about 12 points for the Vols.
A little bit more than that.
Give him credit now. Give him credit now.
You played overseas as well. You played some in the NBA also. What was it like? Can you share your journey from adolescence to college to overseas and to where you are now?
Well, like I said, I came up with a lot of structure, with 2 parents in a household, also coming through the community boys club. So I was involved with community early outside of my parents as well. So I had a lot of people that were involved that impacted my career throughout high school, great coaches, great mentors. In college, I had them as well. When Wade Houston was essential in terms of bringing me to Tennessee, I had Lenny Simpson, which just passed. He was a great tennis pro. He was my mentor at Tennessee as well. John Lucas goes all the way from a pro standpoint. Yeah. To Phil Jackson, to Jim Clemens. All those guys were impactful in what I do. From a business standpoint, what I do from a basketball player development standpoint, Kevin Eastman was essential because he was with Nike for a lot of years, and they brought me in and gave me the opportunity to develop my teaching skills under them, which helped me brand my business, Kevin Whitted Basketball, outside of Nike, and that's where we are today. So community-based work along with the other part of, high-level work all collided at the same time. So I was able to bring both experiences together and really get involved with this.
And your jersey's retired in high school, and
yes.
Who's sitting next to you?
I think a guy named Michael Jordan.
Yeah. He doesn't like to talk about this. He tries to hack. So the question you asked this young man was, "Can you tell me your journey?" Right? So you were trying to get him to say, "Yo, listen, I went to school at Laney where Michael Jordan went. I surpassed his record." And my jersey's next to it. That's what you wanted, right?
Something like that.
No,
however you want to answer it, it's fine by me, man.
I saw the photo. He shared the photo. You know what I mean? Michael Jordan's jersey is next to his.
Oh, okay.
Let's get the sequence right? His is in the middle. Michael Jordan's is on the wing, right? And so that tells you, man. I mean, obviously, Kevin comes from number one, a remarkable city, right? And going through that program after the greatest basketball player to ever play. And then to be right there with them, highly recruited, going to SEC school. I still wonder, how did you get out of Carolina? The state of Carolina was, at that point. But
that's a story.
Well, how did you get out of Carolina?
How
did you get out of Carolina?
Well, like I said, Tennessee snuck in the end when things were going on. I was recruited heavily by North Carolina State, Georgia Tech, and South Carolina. They were right there on me.
Yeah.
So I was really deciding between those schools. And then we had something going on called Proposition 48 at that time. And a lot of guys like myself that were good students were struggling with the SAT. And when I didn't pass that test in the ACC, you couldn't qualify for Proposition 48. Only conferences that allowed it was the SEC and I think the Big Ten. And so that kind of took me out of the pocket for the ACC. And so Tennessee snuck in because Wade Houston had such a great rapport with us. And Ray Martin was the assistant coach. He came from North Carolina State, and he was on that staff. So that relationship actually is what transformed everything over to Tennessee. And once they got involved, everything kind of took form from there.
Okay.
So what that tells you, and again, remarkable story. The more that you share, the more that we learn, and the more that people can draw from that too. Is that not only are they bringing community-oriented, self-improvement, but it's not something that they're saying, it's something that they've lived through as well too. So those are stories that you can share from that standpoint as well.
Yeah, just real quick, my story, a lot of people see the glitz and glamour of just playing ball and making it. I had my struggle. So I can resemble certain situations with some of these kids from an academic standpoint. I was that child that was told you weren't going to make it academically. But I didn't know that I was really intelligent and no one knew my learning style.
Right.
So that gave me a strong passion when I got involved with player development to make sure I'm teaching kids that have different learning styles, different ways. So I tell people all the time, learn 15 to 20 ways to teach the same thing because everyone receives it different. So when we're doing from a foundation standpoint, teaching financial literacy to everything else, we need to make sure that we're reaching all across the board to teach everything, but make sure that we're teaching it to a point where they understand it and understand it from multiple different ways. Right. You know, it's almost like the angle you receive it from is would dictate everything. So we want to make sure we give it from different angles and different perspectives.
That's powerful. That's powerful. De'Neia, this is HBCU Huddle. Mike is an HBCU alum. He graduated from Grambling. I'm one as well. I graduated from Tuskegee. Word on the curb is that you graduated from one.
The Clark Atlanta.
The
Clark Atlanta.
What was your experience like at Clark Atlanta?
It was amazing. Actually, I started at Virginia Union University as a freshman.
Okay.
I had too much fun in Virginia.
Wait, hold on.
Don't send your children to Virginia.
You had too much fun at
Richmond,
Virginia
Petersburg
Union.
area. It'll get
Because
you
you got to think about it.
But you come to Atlanta to the triangle.
In the peak of Freakniks years.
Yeah.
So, okay. This is the difference. Virginia was, because you have Hampton, Norfolk State, you have Virginia State, everything is there. We could just drive and it was just a party all the time. And the mindset in DC and Virginia is a lot different, so we partied. And then my major wasn't accredited.
Okay.
So I was a young adult. I had to make an adult decision. So I decided, I did some research. Clark Atlanta was top 5 in mass communications. And I thought I wanted to be the first Black Barbara Walters, ended up in public relations, and I transferred to Clark Atlanta. But the experience there was amazing. Find a way or make one is our motto. And Memphis is hustle and grind. So it kind of merged. It was like, it taught me how to navigate and how to see everything is not what it always looks like, and you got to figure out how to make it happen. I made some of the best relationships, Pledge Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, of course, sisterhood that lasts forever. So it was an experience that I wouldn't trade for the world. I would not.
That's when you look at that, and I see teamwork. When you guys even just speak from where you're sitting right now, I see teamwork, I see commitment, I see a family network here. And I think that's very important in Memphis because a lot of the kids that you guys are servicing with a lot that we're putting out here in terms of what's going on, these are kids that are coming out of a pandemic. There was a learning loss.
Yes.
There's a financial gap in terms of economic resources and understanding. So I think what's going on in terms of what the foundation is doing and the events that you guys are putting forth next weekend are hitting at a very, very important time. How important is that timing for everything to sort of come together the way it has for you guys?
The timing, especially for this event, for both the camp, which is on Friday, which that camp is also free. It's a free camp. We have about 150 kids that are coming in. And then the game is, I don't think it could have come at a better time. It's right when we were dealing with a lot of violence. We're dealing with a lot of violence in the city. Our police chief is dealing with a lot. And when we met as a board, we were sitting around. And normally the game is about music. It's about R&B and hip hop. And I was sitting at the table, and Liddell actually allows me to, have this piece. I said, why don't we get the mayors involved? And everybody just stopped and looked at me, and they were like, do what? I was like, yeah, just call Paul Young, call Harris, let's do it. And we gave them a call, and they were all for it. And when people saw that the city and the county wanted to get together to don't kill our future, which is our theme. You don't want to kill the future of these kids. We want them to see. So the congressmen are involved, the councilmen and women are involved, commissioners are involved. So it's a citywide thing, and we need people to see that we can come together under one roof and do something that's positive, that has no crime involved.
Yes, and then when you see both mayors, as we see up there in the graphic right there, Tony Allen, who was just in the building earlier today. I saw him grabbing coffee at Starbucks this morning as well, too.
Coach Lionel Hollins is coaching against Kevin in the celebrity game.
Yes. Oh, you're going to have your hands full there, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well,
you know what I mean? You got one of the greatest that ever did it in this city, going up against the squad that you have there, too. So it's going to be fun, huh?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Lionel's gonna bring his best. I'm gonna bring mine. So, and I got a couple surprises.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna find out about it. We'll see what.
Are you gonna go Bill Russell and go player coach?
Yeah. So hey, it's a possibility.
Yeah,
it's a possibility. You never rule it out.
Yeah.
We'll see how the game goes. So, but yeah, it should be fun. Coach Hollins is obviously iconic in the city for what he did. They really started the momentum of the grit and grind along with Tony. So having them at this event is major. They'll bring a lot to the table, and they'll merge everything together. So it's going to be great.
And this event is Saturday, June 8th,
yes.
3 p.m. Ridgeway Middle. Get your tickets. It should be a
Ridgeway
whole lot
High
of fun.
School.
Ridgeway High School.
Ridgeway High School.
Ridgeway High School should be a whole lot of fun. And we thank you guys so much for all that you do and helping to heal all of the hoods, not just neighborhoods, but like you said, parenthood, fatherhood, motherhood, childhood. All the hoods need a little bit of healing from time to time.
That's right.
And we appreciate the love and the care with which you take care of this community. Thank you guys so much for your time and for coming in. On the other side, we're going to talk some about Southern Heritage Classic. We're also going to get Kyra's 6 favorite black movies. Don't go anywhere. HBCU Huddle right here in the Built Ford Tough Studios on Grind City Media.
The Grizz Girls are no ordinary dance team. They're known across the NBA for setting the standard for world-class dance and entertainment. From hip-hop to jazz, the Grizz Girls do it all. And they're looking for talented dancers with dynamic personalities to join the team. Do you have what it takes to join a premier NBA dance team and entertain Grizz Nation both on the court and in the community? Visit grizzlies.com/auditions now for more information and show us what you've got at open auditions Saturday, July 13th.
When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering. To those with a history of raising their performance to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st. And you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Now for a limited time, the new $1.99 crispy tender wraps are here at Sonic. Who could deny a crispy chicken tender with bold flavors like hickory barbecue and cheesy Baja? And we can't forget the crisp lettuce and melty cheese to make the perfect bite. Wrap yourself up with some TLC, tender, love, and chicken for only $1.99. Sonic $1.99 crispy tender wraps. Tax not included, limited time only at participating Sonic drive-ins.
Welcome back in, everybody. HBCU Huddle. CJ, Mike, we're still joined by Kevin and De'Neia Whitted from the Hill to Hood Foundation. They were so excited to talk about black movies that they were like, yo, we've got to stay for this conversation. So we figure, why not? Why not? So here's what's happening. For those
Give them the history.
For those of you who don't know, we've been going through our favorite black movies. We do a segment called The Pick Six, where we pick 6 of something, and Mike and myself have been picking 6 of our favorite black movies of all time. Okay. So Mike did his the last show, I did mine the show before that. If you missed those 2 shows, go back and watch them. They're great. It's a whole lot of fun. And we're like, you know what? We didn't get a black woman's perspective on it. And luckily, we happen to have a black woman who's incredibly talented on staff. Her name is Kyra, another HBCU alum. She graduated from Delaware State. We're like, Kyra, let's get your 6 favorite black movies. Now, you might be saying to yourself, well, CJ, how do you define black movies? And Mike, you know what I said? I don't know how to define it. I just know it when I see it.
That's
right.
Exactly
like I know a black movie when I see a black movie.
So what we're going to challenge them to do too is that, all right, so as you see ours, right, come up with your 3, right? You don't have to go 6. If you have 3 each, That'll be 6. You have 6?
Got this. You
got 6?
You don't know who you're dealing with.
Like,
You don't know who you're dealing with.
All right, so
Come
this
on,
is gonna be
first-
fun. This is
first-
gonna be fun.
Come on, date night.
All right.
First date.
Oh,
Let's go.
okay.
We got
Okay.
this.
Is Kyra ready?
Kyra, let's go. Let's start. So Kyra, I think Kyra did them in order, inverse order, like we've always been doing. So we're gonna start with number 6. Kyra, what you got on there? The harder they fall. Number 6.
She's got to chime in. Is she going to give us some?
She can't chime in, Mike, because the people can't hear her.
That's
She's
true.
the silent voice in the ear.
Okay.
The harder they fall at 6.
You're gonna have to. You're gonna
Wow.
have to translate.
What is the explanation behind that, Kyra? Why is the harder they fall at 6? Perfectly fine movie. Listen, I went Bebe's Kids at that point, so like, it's, like so.
Look at them. All right.
She said cinematically is good. Is a
Okay.
more recent one.
All
The
right.
face that De'Neia made when I said Bebe's Kids.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, that's gonna be a gift. That's gonna be a gift that keeps on giving.
All right, Kyra, what's at number 5? Number 5. Sylvie's Love. Kyra, come back to the studio so the people can see our faces right now. What I don't want to do.
You gotta explain Kyra, because Kyra's unique.
She's not that unique.
She's unique. Right?
Listen, what I don't want to do with these lists is make fun of somebody's list. Because it's your list. It's your list.
And you got to remember, it's a different era they're coming from.
So
absolutely.
Kyra's, Kyra's 26. She wants everybody to know she's 26.
Yeah, she's young.
She's young,
That's
she's a baby.
Sylvan's Love.
She
There we
doesn't.
go.
She knows about.
That's a different face now. It's a different face now. It's a face of understanding now.
Sylvia's Love came out in 2020. And so it is a super recent movie.
It came out yesterday.
I hadn't even heard of that movie.
Based on a Harlem night in the 50s. And it's something that resonated with Kyra. And if we stopped and we thought about the movies that make our list, right around 23, 24 is when we kind of snap to and become what we are. And so whatever black movie comes out at that time for my father, it was a movie like Do the Right Thing, right? So for me, it was, hell, I don't think I even put it on there. Oh, it was a reappreciation of Friday. Right, like Friday came out as a kid. I couldn't watch Friday as a kid, but boom.
A reappreciation.
And then
You like that?
Then I watched Friday about 22, 23. I was like, all right, this is it for me. All right, Kyra, what you got next? Coming in number 4.
Oh, 4, okay.
Drumline. There it is. There we go. Now Kyra's redeeming herself.
She's coming back.
I enjoy
Comeback
Drumline.
kid.
There we go.
Comeback kid.
What's number 3? Number 3, The Princess and the Frog. I had Princess and the Frog, honorable mention. Come back to the studio, Kyra.
Okay.
Come back. First black Disney princess. That means something. Now listen, she wasn't black for very long in that movie. She was a frog most of the movie. De'Neia, don't do that. She wasn't. She was a frog. She was black for like 23 minutes. We went through and counted.
23 minutes. We left her.
Yeah. But we love us some Princess Tiana.
Okay.
Good movie, Kyra. All right. You're back in everybody's good graces.
Ooh, I know what her number 1 is. So
What is it?
No, she told us last week.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
I think she changed it. What's number 2, Kyra? Love Jones.
So number 2 was what I thought
Love
number
Jones
1 was.
is number 2. That's a good one. Get a standing ovation. Standing ovation. There it is, Kyra. Kyra.
Welcome back.
5 and 6 is rough, but 3, 4, 2, or 4, 3, 2. Those are good. And number 1, Dreamgirls. There we go.
Some props on that.
There we go. Kyra's pick 6 favorite black films.
We see your face page.
Yeah.
Kyra, my daughter would not do anything. She would cry in the car at the age of 0 until she heard Dreamgirls, and she would.
Really?
Yes, I mean, she would go ballistic. So till this day, I don't like Dreamgirls because of
We
that.
had to hear that song.
Oh man, that was like. There you go. See. Yep.
Kyra wants
For me, that was Let It Go.
Okay.
That was Let It Go from
Frozen.
Oh my goodness, man. Let It Go.
Kyra, I'm sorry, Kyra.
Kyra wanted everybody to know that she doesn't watch Dreamgirls with anybody. She has to watch it by herself so she can sing as loud as she can all of the
So
songs.
she watches and performs.
Yes, very much so. She said for sure.
There you go.
For sure.
There you go.
I was listening to Step Into the Bad Side early, like 2 weeks ago, walking down the street, because it's just like, oh, what a good bad guy song. I love that. That Kyra Good list. Good list.
Yes,
Good list.
Yes. Thank you for doing that, Kyra,
Thank
because she was reluctant at first, and she put some thought into it.
Anytime
she
Kyra
delivered.
is one, which is I find her love of Dreamgirls real interesting because Kyra is one who shies away from the spotlight.
Yes.
So like her love of a Broadway musical movie that literally has a spotlight on them. I find that interesting, but again, she doesn't want to watch with anybody because she don't want to see anybody see her perform.
Now I'm putting her on the spot right here, and if she can't get to him, that's cool. I understand. But is it possible for her to pull up ours from the previous?
Do you have them, Kyra? From
because they should be in the Slack channel, right?
In the Slack channel.
Yeah.
But she made a graphic.
Okay.
So
okay.
I don't
she
know.
can't have. Okay.
If you can do it, Kyra, go ahead. If not, we don't have to worry about it.
But they want to hear yours though, like ours, and then I want to hear theirs.
Well, let's hear theirs first. Give Kyra time to find
there
ours.
You go. See, that's why you lead the show. That's why you lead the show. That's why you lead the show, man. That's why you lead the show.
I got 3.
Okay.
Y'all got 3?
Go ahead and get your 3.
You get your 3.
No, go ahead. I'm gonna go way back.
You going way back?
Yeah, when I go back with my 3.
I feel like they're gonna have at least a couple that were on my list.
Of course.
They'll have.
Yes.
I hope they have one on mine. Otherwise, I'm gonna feel real bad.
All right.
So, The Wood.
Yes!
That's why you mentioned that, bro.
Let's go!
First day movie.
Let's go!
All right, The Wood was first date. Okay.
Love and Basketball.
Okay, good. That's my wife's.
That was on my wife's too. That was on my wife's too. Uh-oh.
Oh, she's thinking now.
She's digging.
Because see, it's easy to do.
You ready? What?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna take it back.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go to Car Wash.
Oh, we didn't even mention the car wash.
See, you said you're Delta, right?
Yes.
My wife's a Delta too. She had car wash. When we challenged our wives to do it as well, they came up with their list. My wife had the car wash and the other one you just mentioned. So it's like, wow, that's 2. Two in a row. Okay.
People were trying to make me feel bad for having The Wood on my list.
Why? That was our first date night.
I get that.
Wood is
Like,
incredible.
it takes you back to when we were raised, like the 90s. It was all of the music and all the things. It was amazing.
Yeah. All right,
Kevin, I'm nervous.
Well, I'm a cut. This was more current. Then I go way back.
Okay.
Brown sugar.
Okay,
Yes.
that was on my wife's list also.
Gotta have brown sugar.
These
are like automatics because it was the start. It basically talked about where hip hop came from, and it was a great love story.
It was.
Yeah, that time period was a great time for those romantic black comedies.
Yes.
Right? 'Cause you had
Love Jones was
Love
ahead of its
Jones,
time.
Love and Basketball. You had Brown Sugar. You had all of these movies coming through with these really beautiful, talented black cast talking about love and relationships and other things. And so, I rock with that.
Now I'm gonna
All
go
right,
back.
so you had.
I'm gonna go back.
What was
I
the
gotta
one
keep
you mentioned? You said
Brown Sugar.
I
Brown
mentioned brown
sugar.
sugar. Now that was one. Now the second one, we gotta talk about great 1975, incredible cast, starring Sidney Poitier and Bill Cosby.
Oh, gosh.
Let's do it again.
Let's do it again.
Exactly.
Let's do it again.
So that cast was
We
incredible.
didn't
John
have
Amos.
any Sidney Poitier on our list.
Yeah.
We messed up.
But he went back though. He went back.
Then you got and then they did Uptown Saturday
Uptown
Night.
Saturday Night,
Well,
yep,
Uptown
yep.
Saturday Night was first, and then they did Let's Do It Again.
Okay.
Right? And my number 3. Best Man.
Best Man.
Oh, the best man. I was about to say that.
All of
them.
Okay.
Well, they had the series that came out, but the thing
All
is,
of
Best
them.
Man. The
What's
movie
3?
was just
3 of them, right? 1, 2, 3.
yeah.
Yeah. Best Man, something or another.
Best Man
Holiday.
Holiday.
Best Man Holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now, I mean, the series was great,
Right.
But the movie
Yeah.
was so impactful because it was the first time we saw currently in our era, what we call, it was like an elegant story, black story, but at the same time, it had multiple layers and things that were going on that were good things in our community
and relevant.
and relevant at the same time. So we all got it. And it was great. I saw myself.
Yes, that's what. I was searching for that.
And we all saw. We saw throughout the other characters. We saw everyone else that we grew up with, or people we went to school with. We said, "Oh, I know that person. Oh yeah, I know that guy. I know that girl." So it's great.
Nah, that makes sense. That makes
I
sense.
think
That
Next,
makes
you
sense.
guys need to make sure that you're doing black sitcoms.
Yes.
Oh.
Can we get 6? Has it been 6?
Yeah, it's been
What?
like here
I can
recently.
drop them now.
Here recently, like
I think we hinted at that. We hinted at
You
trying
gotta
to
do a
it.
black sitcom.
And I think we did. CJ, we did sitcoms.
Did we do sitcoms?
I want to say that.
That might have sparked. We did do sitcoms.
I know.
But what sparked it was the Different World cast going on tour.
Yeah.
And so the
Yeah.
Different World cast was going
Yep.
on tour. We did 6 sitcoms that we 6 black sitcoms that we both
Yep.
loved, and then from there was now let's do 6 movies.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah,
supposed to
yeah,
figure out 6
yeah.
something else's, but I hadn't.
All right.
My-
give them our list. You got our list?
So I'm trying to find mine. So mine went Bebe's Kids, Friday, 4 Little Girls, the Spike Lee documentary about the Birmingham bombing at the church. Number 3 for me, Tales from the Hood. That was my throwback.
We're done. And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for joining us on HBCU Huddle.
School Days was 2, and
School day.
what was I just blanking on? We just talked about it.
Oh, The Wood.
The Wood.
The
The
Wood
Wood
was
was
number
one.
one.
The Wood was one for
number
me.
one.
That's like don't drink juice in the what was it?
that was-
Don't the
I know.
drinks in the juice and the juice
No,
and the
no,
drinking.
In the
Tales
Hood.
from the Hood was a great scary
Oh, my-
movie.
Yeah,
It was exciting. It was good.
yeah.
John Singleton at his finest.
Oh, that was, yeah.
I forgot it's a
nah.
no judgment.
Mm.
We're done.
It's hard not to. It's
I
hard to be
forgot
no
the
judgment.
rules.
It's hard to be no judgment. All right, you got mine. Drop mine.
I do have yours.
Okay,
So
what you
yours went Black Panther 6,
Oh, good.
A Soldier Story
Oh, hell
Yes.
5, Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
Mo Better Blues comes in at 3.
You're amazing.
Malcolm X at 2.
You're amazing.
And I'm not gonna keep reading this. Y'all gonna keep telling Mike how amazing he is.
I'm sorry.
Coming to America.
Oh, yeah.
Coming to America was one.
That's it.
You know what?
That's it.
You get the award. You received the Grammy, the Oscar for best movie. Rather.
Our honorable mentions were so hard because we had to go back and say, all right, what didn't make the list? And the more time you think about it, the more like, dang, that movie should have made it. So one of mine that I felt should have made the list was Soul Food. Like Soul Food was
Yeah,
Yes.
that's an important film.
that was an important film, and it was right in that same time
Yes.
period with
Yeah.
Love Jones.
97.
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, man, it's fun. But it was
Harlem
fun.
Nights, Boomerang.
Harlem Nights.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we not even talked about probably the most important one, the most impactful one.
Yeah.
Medea's
Especially
Halloween.
for black men. Shaft.
Yeah.
I mean,
that
come on.
should have
I mean,
made the list.
that
That should have made the list. Now that because it's
Well,
right here.
but we have about 4 we can take off somebody's list to make room.
Whose list?
Yeah,
Whose list?
You can take 3 off of Kyra's and take 3 off of yours.
5. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
We didn't think about it.
yeah.
The color purple.
Now.
Nobody said Color Purple.
Yeah. Nobody said. Oh, because I think we got lost in the criteria there.
Yes.
You know
But
what
the
I
new
mean?
Color Purple is phenomenal. The remake.
But the old Color Purple is
was really good.
It's a black
It was really
movie.
good. Yeah.
I would consider the old Color Purple a black movie.
Yes.
I
Yes.
would. Black cast, even though Spielberg is the
Yeah.
director,
Yeah.
much to
Yeah.
Spike
Right.
Lee's chagrin. But yeah. Yeah, he was mad about that.
So those kind of things are fun. So the concept is, each week, because it's HBCU Huddle, it's kind of football themed, but when it's not football season, we talk about everything. So we pick 6, meaning like the pick 6 interception, you return it for a touchdown. So we pick 6 topics, pick a topic, and then pick our favorite 6 of everything. So when Anita Baker was here for a concert, we picked our 6 favorite Anita Baker songs that we will put in a playlist.
That's
And then
amazing.
It evolves around, so it's a way that we can, capitalize on events that are coming to FedEx Forum and just what's going on in social media and things of that nature. So this was fun. It was fun having you guys do it. You guys did it on the spot too.
Yeah, that's
You came up with
impressive.
it on
I
the
thought
spot.
long and hard about mine, and y'all.
Yes,
sit
y'all
here and
just
make
dropped
fun of
6
me.
on the spot.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Speaking of concerts, Mike, testing Kyra here a little bit. The Southern Heritage Classic announced their concert lineup for this year's Classic. We got Patti LaBelle and Joe and Tamia. Both of them. I think Patti LaBelle is on September 12th at the Orpheum, and then Tamia and Joe are coming to the Landers Center that Friday, September 13th. So it's looking like that'll be our next pick 6 for you guys to make fun of me about. Pick my 6 favorite Joe songs.
Does Joe have?
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like, all right, you probably have to put them all together and pick your 6 favorite.
Joe's got 6 songs. Joe's got Stutter. He's got the Stutter remix. He's got all the things your man won't do. Like, that's the thing. 90s, we had a whole lot of remixes. So he's got all the things your man won't do.
So
I guarantee you there's a remix.
That's his 6.
But I love Joe. Joe, I love you, Joe.
I do too. And Patty is a legend, right?
Yeah.
You got to see her when you can see her.
Watch her kick her shoes off.
Yes, and hit those high notes.
barefooted.
Yeah, I've seen her in concert a couple times, man, and she was always phenomenal. And then Tamia, man, I literally just learned the Tamia dance. I learned it, man. I forced myself.
Michael, before you start.
I know y'all did it, man.
Kyra's making fun of you right now. Kyra's talking to all the other directors downstairs like, Mike just learned it.
I just learned it because, and I got embarrassed, right? Because, we had Grant Hill here. Grant Hill is always in our civil rights MLK weekend. And he's a distant cousin of mine. We discovered that.
Okay.
So he was like, we were talking about the Tamia dance, and he was like, yeah, I could do the Tamia dance. And I was like, you could do the Tamia dance?
With those
And he
knees?
looked at me like,
Oh yeah.
I have to. I had to be the one to practice with her, right? So, man, my wife been challenging me to do it, and I took a weekend and went into like solo training camp when she was gone. She was gone for the weekend. I said, yo, I'm gonna go do this, man. And I probably, by the time she comes here, I'm gonna be able to brush off on it.
It's the double step.
That's it. The first wave is good. You got that.
But it's the step back, bring it
Boom,
back,
boom.
come back. I'm like, what? And I dance, and I'm like, what is this step ball chain bringing? What?
It's the spin off of the double step on the second stanza of the dance. But look, you shaking your head. You got it though, right? You got it.
I'm still electric slide.
There we go.
Tell me what to do.
There we go.
Hop 2 times.
Yeah.
Step to the right. Slide to the left.
Yeah.
Take it back now. Like, I got you. I can do that.
I'm with you. Electric slide, man. That was it. I stopped at the electric slide and
But now
missed
you're
all the rest of
Tamia.
them. I had to do the Tamia one because the song is cool. And then you just got it. Like, man, you go anywhere. Like, I was at a
Everybody's
Delta
doing it.
function with my wife a couple months ago, and like the whole room did it.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there at the table.
So I learned it because I was going to a wedding. It was like, okay, these are relatives in Baltimore area. I'm sure they'll be able to do it. I don't want to be out there embarrassing my cousin in front of his new people. So let me go ahead and learn it so I can do it. And when you know, we didn't do no line dances. We weren't doing no line dances.
Dance country. We do
It
line
is. I'm
dances
seeing
all
that.
day here.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
what we do.
I'm seeing that now. Man, well, we kept you guys way too long, but when you come in
thank you so
HBCU
much.
Huddle, it feels like family, right?
Yeah.
And it is family. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out with us, for everything you already have done in the community and what's coming forward as well, too. And I'm looking forward to having you guys back and talking about how it went and even the next set of events and things that the foundation is working on. So I'm looking forward to it. Thank you guys for coming in and hanging out.
Thank you. Make sure you go to hthmemphis.org to get your tickets because we're going to sell out.
hthmemphis.org.
Absolutely. Saturday, June 8th, Ridgeway High School. Be there, be square. Be a whole lot of fun. Both mayors, Lionel Hollins, Tony Allen, De'Neia, Kevin, thank you guys so much for joining us. Mike, thank you for all that you do as well. That'll do it for this episode of HBCU Huddle. Oh, wait. Special thank you to Kyra and her pick 6. Thank you so much, Kyra. Yo, Kyra coming over here. Everybody leave. We got to go.
She on her way.
We'll talk to you guys again.
7 minutes to get out of here.
Wait, Kyra, have we discussed? Real quick, stop the music. Kyra, did we throw up the show graphic? I don't think we threw up the show dates.
To tell the people
so
when
we're done this for the rest of this month. Our next show will be July 10th. Mike, look at that. Only 4 more shows till football season.
That's it.
July 10th, excuse me. July 16th will be SWAC Media Days. Then we'll go July 1st. And then we're back to weekly.
Hey,
August
man, hold on.
14th.
You got to say it right. July 31st. Hold up. Let me do this. HBCU Huddle off-season calendar is right here. July 10th is our next show. We're off for the rest of June. Enjoy June. July 16th, SWAC Media Day. HBCU Huddle will be on the scene in Birmingham, Alabama to bring you all of the latest, all of the coaches, all of the top players coming through the SWAC this coming season. We're looking forward to it. Then it's July 31st. Football practice will be in full bore at that point. And then August 14th, we start back each and every week. So we're looking forward to a great upcoming season 2024 HBCU Huddle. You know we got you covered.
I'm just glad it says August and not April. Because remember, the first 2 weeks I was saying April because I said it the wrong way. All right, we're out of here. Mike, CJ, we gone. Have a good one, everybody.